What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today we're going to be talking about a token called Presearch and how you can earn upwards of $100 a month with this token. So I'm going to get into the figures and the reasoning behind why it's $100 a month towards the end of the video. But what is this token? Let's start off with that first. This is essentially the blockchain version of Google. Every time someone does searches, you're able to earn some tokens through those searches. And I think that this could potentially be a very lucrative coin in the future. So first thing I want to really get into is actually running a node on here. Now, shout outs to your friend Andy, another YouTuber who I kind of learned this from. I want to try and break it down for you a little bit more simply. Like, you can get this done within about 5 minutes of your time. It's actually really easy. So for those of you who already kind of know how to use crypto, I'm going to kind of speed it up for you guys. So as you can see here, I have about 4 nodes available. What you're going to want to do to get started and running your own node, step 1 is to go to the Presearch website. So the Presearch website, I'll leave all the links to this stuff in the description below. And then you're going to go up to this join function right here. And then you're going to go ahead and create your account. Once you create your account, you'll go to the next link, the Nodes Presearch dashboard, and you'll see a screen that looks similar to this. You won't have any tokens staked and you won't have any tokens available. So the next step is to actually go and purchase those tokens. Now, this is easy to do if you go to any of the, the CoinMarketCap websites. CoinGecko is my go-to website. Go ahead and scroll down, find the markets for Presearch. Right now, Kucoin is probably the best place to purchase this token. I mean, you can get it on Uniswap as well. Either way, wherever you purchase this token, make sure you purchase at least 2,000 tokens, probably a little bit more when you're including things like fees. So 2,005 tokens is probably a safe bet. In order to run one node, you need 2,000 tokens. If you want to run 2 nodes, you need 4,000 tokens, etc., etc. But once you purchase it on Kucoin, you're going to want to move it over to your Presearch wallet. So this is a very important step. Make sure that you save yourself a little bit on gas fees. So if you do buy on Kucoin, just send it directly to your Presearch wallet. This is not your MetaMask wallet. So how do you get to your Presearch wallet? So after you create your account, you're going to go ahead and click on this transfer pre button right here. Once you click on that, it's going to open up a brand new screen. And you're going to want to transfer from the blockchain. So go ahead and click on from blockchain, and there it will give you your address to send your Presearch tokens to. So send it directly from the exchange to here, and you'll be ready to go for the next step. All right, so the next step is to download a program called Putty. So you can download it respectively for Windows or Mac right over here. Just click on the downloader right here to get it installed. It's going to look something like this, and you're going to be able to get a key that you're going to be using later. Just go ahead and click on this generate button. Once you move your mouse around a little bit, it's going to give you a key, and then we're going to use that key to copy and paste a little bit later. So we're just going to put this to the side as of right now. All right, so the next step is to go over to a website called UpCloud. This is where you're going to deploy your server, where your Presearch nodes are going to be housed. So once you get to this website, the first thing you want to do is actually to add $10 to your account. There is a cost to doing this, but it's going to be covered through your earnings from running the Presearch nodes. So you do have to add $10 here. So just go to billing, add $10 to get started. Otherwise, nothing is going to work properly. So once you have added those $10, you can move over to this deploy server button. And you can select the location. If you're in the United States, you can select a United States server. I'm close to San Jose, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then down here for your plan, you can go ahead and click on the cheapest plan. This does not require expensive memory or anything like that. So just go ahead and click the $5 plan right there. And we can go ahead and skip storage, skip automated backups. Down here where it says operating system, you want to go to Ubuntu. So go ahead and click on the Ubuntu server right there. You can skip the optionals. And down here for the login method, you're going to actually have to do something here with your SSH keys. So you're going to go ahead and click on the add new button if you're brand new here. You can call this Presearch 1 or whatever you want to call it. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to go back over to the Putty program from earlier. And remember when we generated that key, you're going to highlight everything on here. Make sure you get all of it. You don't want to miss any spaces here. Copy that and then paste it right here where it says SSH key. And again, make sure you don't have any extra spaces anywhere. It's going to mess up the code. Go ahead and save your key. I'm just going to call this a test right here just because I don't want to use that one later. And make sure that it is checked to use for later. Now, while we're at it, make sure that you guys also save at your public key and your private key somewhere on your computer, just in case that you lose this. You don't want to, lose it and then lose access to your key right there. All right, so the next step is to add the initialization script. So I went ahead and copied this from a few other people, so it's pretty simple. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys as well to get a copy of this. So this is the script that you're going to use. Now notice right here in yellow is where you're going to have to put your own data in order for it to work for you. So you're just going to replace everything in yellow. What are you going to replace it with? So if we go back over to our Presearch website right here, over here it says your node registration code. So again, this should be kept hidden from everybody else, so I'm not going to reveal mine, but you're going to want to go ahead and look at it and copy that. Once you've copied it, go ahead and move back over to the script and paste that in here where it says your node registration code. Now it's very important, the way that code works is you don't want to have extra spaces or anything else like that. So only right here, right after where it says equals, you're going to paste your code and it should look exactly like that. So we're going to go ahead and copy this and we're going to pretend that I pasted my code in there already. And we're going to go back to UpCloud. We're going to paste it here. And again, double check, make sure that your code is exactly the same. Another thing you don't want to have after you have your code written right here, there should be a space. And at the very end, there should be no spaces at the end, like you see my little cursor blinking right there. So I'm just going to push delete. And now everything is ship shape ready to go. So in order to avoid doing this 1,000 times, if it works, you're going to want to make sure that you save this script. So you can click on this plus button to add as a save script, give it a name, and that way you don't have to type it in any more times. So once you're done with that, you're almost done here. So go to the server name and then you can call this your server. So I'll just call it King Fomo number 8. If it's going to be my 8th server, I'll go ahead and deploy that, and then we can go ahead and move on over to the next step. So if you did everything correctly, you can move over to the nodespresearch.org website again, and you're going to wait maybe 10 to 15 minutes for it to populate and show up, and you should see your current node down here. It'll look a little different. It'll say no description, and it'll have a bunch of zeros over here, but you have one more thing to do to actually make your node start running, and that is to move over to here where it says stake. We're going to click on stake. And then we're going to change a few things here. Your Presearch stake amount needs to be exactly 2,000, not any more, not any less, and that will set up your node. So put 2,000 in here. And finally, the very last step is to give your node a name. And if you want an external URL, this is optional. You don't really have to do this, but you can put it in there. And then click on these two buttons, because these two buttons will tell you whether your node is running or if it's disconnected, and you can check on it. So these are good to have emails to know what's going on, so you don't always have to open the website every single day. Click on update. Once you have updated it, it should show up and it should actually be running if you did everything correctly. Now don't fret if you did something wrong and it's not working. Just watch the video again, and you can always edit these fields, or you can go to UpCloud and edit the fields on UpCloud as well to make sure that it is working properly. But simple as that, once you do that, your nodes will be running. And I'm earning approximately about 0.9 Presearch tokens a day. So we can round that up to about 1 Presearch tokens a day. And 1 Presearch tokens a day, or about 30 Presearch tokens a month, right now is going to equal approximately $11. So that pays for that $5 a month fee that you're running on UpCloud. But again, what I say for all these staking coins is we're really just staking for the future, staking for the potential right now. You want to set yourself up to be in a good position if these coins end up doing something nice in the future. So even though you're paying about $700 to run a node, and you're making about $11 per month, which might not seem like that much. The way that I think about this is I'm buying a $700 node right now, when potentially this could run for a $6,000 node in the future if Presearch does what I'm thinking it's going to do. So I'd rather purchase the node at a discount of $700 and make potentially $100 a month. So let's get into those numbers. How am I getting $100 a month from Presearch? So like I said, what Presearch is essentially the blockchain version of Google. And we already saw Google has been the #1 website of the entire internet for a very, very long time, since as long as I can remember. But it has recently, within the past few months actually, been taken over and is now in the #2 spot, right behind TikTok. So we're seeing the potential for other search engines, not necessarily to take over Google's spot, but to at least take a big chunk out of Google's spot for the for a used, very much widely used and adopted search engine. What that means is people are already using other search engines like DuckDuckGo and a few others. Presearch added to that too, and the reason why people are using these search engines is because of, well, one of the main things is privacy. You get riddled with ads. If you ever type something in Google, you will get spammed with ads on every single device just because you typed in a phrase, and that's going away with anonymous search engines like DuckDuckGo and like Presearch. And there's a lot of other benefits to using an alternative search engine as well. Every time people searches on Google, Google gets a little bit of profit from that, but since you're actually running nodes to keep the Presearch search engine up and running, you're going to be getting a little bit of that profits and a little bit of that piece of the pie of earnings from Presearch's searches worldwide. So if things go in the direction that they seem like they're going, where crypto becomes very much way more widely adopted over the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years, then yes, we can definitely see Presearch being in that top 100 spot, or for this top 100 coins, and definitely getting to that $1 billion market cap. Now, these are just my opinions. Presearch can dump down to nothing tomorrow. It can be useless and never adopted, but it's just my thoughts that I do think that a $1 billion market cap for a coin like this is possible. Otherwise, I would not have bought it, or I would not have been running a node with it. So what does that mean for the price? So the price of Presearch at approximately a $1 billion market cap, a little over that, is about $3.29, or we can round up and say $3.33 right there. So what that means, if you're making $3.33 per Presearch token, and you're making 30 tokens a month, so let's go ahead and do the math right there, 3.33, we're going to multiply that times 30, that's about $100 a month. So that's from running one node. Now, if you go ahead and you go ham on this and you're purchasing lots and lots of nodes, maybe you purchase 10 nodes, you're looking at somewhere around about $1,000 per month, 100 nodes, $10,000 per month. So it's really up to you and your thought process about where Presearch belongs in the future of search engines as people kind of branch out beyond that of Google. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what this thing is going to do in the future. They do have some news. I mean, you guys can look at their Twitter and see kind of what they're doing. Their community's growing ever so slowly. Their market cap is growing ever so slowly, and they're actually being added to Android devices as a potential search engine. If you're not buying a Google-specific phone, there's a lot of different search engines that you can use instead of the Google search engine, and Presearch has been added to the starter kit for a lot of these Android phones. So that's a pretty huge adoption starter right there. There's a lot of ways that you guys can play this, but definitely keep this coin on your radar. And if you're looking to do some staking to earn some passive income over time, and if you believe in the blockchain and crypto overall, and even this project, then this is definitely one that I think can go in the very positive direction in the near future here. So that's Presearch. Previous all-time high about 4 years ago was 81 cents. I'm not sure what was going on with it back then, but again, I think that getting to at least $1 is definitely in the reachable area, if not the $3.33 range like we were talking about right there. That is everything for today, guys. Again, all the links to all that stuff for creating a node is going to be in the description. If you want to get access to my videos 2 to 3 days earlier than everyone else here on YouTube, head on over to my Patreon page, and I'll be, putting out more calls about more coins on that Patreon page. You'll get access to my Discord as well, where you can, come up with conversations and topics from things like NFTs, to farming coins, to a lot of different opportunities here in the crypto space. That is everything for today, guys. Catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.